Now, one problem that always seems to arise in my own Facebook group, Fans of Serif Software, and in other groups and forums and what have you, is how to get text to be on a line, basically, but more importantly on a circle at the top and at the bottom. Some people seem to struggle with this, so I'd just like to sort of clear up how I would do it. There are probably better ways to do this, which I don't know about, but this is how I would do it. Now, this particular image I actually did in the Affinity Publisher beta. As you can see here, this is how I did it in Affinity Publisher. So it will work both the same in Publisher and in Designer. But as the person who last asked this question wanted to know about Designer, I'm going to do it in Designer. So basically you just need to open the document that you want this thing to go on to, and the person in question, they wanted it to go onto a donut. So I'm going to draw a donut shape first of all, and I'm going to hold down the shift key while I click and draw this out so it keeps it in proportion. About there. Just move this back up a bit, and then I'm just going to reposition it. In fact, let's just center it all round. Right, I'm going to decrease the size of this inner this circle here, so it's quite thin, like that. And so there we have the shape that we're going to add the text to. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to duplicate this twice. So you can just press Ctrl and J on a PC, Command and J on a Mac, or you can just right click on the layer and click on duplicate and repeat the process. So you have 3 versions of this. So I'll come back to these other 2 in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take the tick away and hide those 2 bottom layers, and just make sure this top layer is the one that's highlighted, and this is the one we're going to be working with. So now we want the artistic text tool, and as you can see the cursor turns to an A. Now as I bring this A close to the edge of the donut, the cursor will change slightly to a T with a little wavy line underneath it. So you just click there and you'll have the cursor flashing, and it will have a little green triangle here, and somewhere around here or down here is the red triangle. So this is where the text will start from, the green triangle, and it will go all the way around to the red. But this can be altered later. But first of all we need to type some text. Now I'll just start typing anything. Let's go with the world is round, not flat. So we've got a silly little bit of text here, and I'll just highlight that text. And at this point I can change the font, the size. Let's go for a bigger size. Let's go with 36. So what I can do now is alter how this sits on the circle. So if I put the cursor over the green triangle and click, I can move it left and right, and I'll center it about there. I mean, I can move this red triangle up to the end, or I could have left it where it was, but if I go beyond the last letter it will force the letters to go under the line, not over the line, but I don't want that, so we now have that bit of text on the top. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hide this layer, highlight the layer below it and make that one visible. And as you can see, where this logo here was a donut, it is now changed to a text. So basically it will be sort of, if I come off of this tool for a second, it hides the circle donut that we had drawn, and if I bring that one back, that now makes that visible. So let me just hide this one again, making sure that this is the layer that we want. Come back to the text tool, and this time I'm going to come down to the bottom of the circle and wait for this cursor to change to the T with a wavy line. I'll click there, so this will now give me the green triangle and the cursor, and again the red triangle. So this will actually go this way, but we will alter that in a minute. I just need to put something on the bottom. What should I put? I don't know. Believe that if you want exclamation mark. So what I will do now is I'll just bring the cursor to the green triangle. I'll bring it so this text is at the bottom. Again, I don't think you have to. I'm not certain, but I always do it just out of precaution. I bring the red triangle around to where I want it to be. So you could leave the text as it is if you want. If I bring back the top layer, so you got the world is round not flat, and then believe that if you want coming sort of in the same direction on the outside, but I want to reverse that. So let me just hide that one again, so we're only looking at this one. Now along the top here we've got a set of icons, and one of them is this sort of funny shaped arrow here, which just reverses the text path. So that will change this so the text is reading in a way that we can read it more naturally. And trouble is, it puts it on the inside of the donut rather than on the outside. So this is where we want to alter the baseline, and the baseline is in this option up next to the arrow. It's set on 0% at the moment. You get the drop down menu, you get this little slider. So if I bring this to the right, it will drop that text below the donut, or you could go even further into the donut. It's up to you and what you're trying to achieve. I'll put that there, and then I'll just highlight the top layer, bring that back. See, again, you may not want this to be right up close to the donut, so you could change the baseline here and just raise it slightly above, like so. So again, as you can see, the donut icon is changed to a text. So this is where if you don't want to see the donut, if I come to the hand tool, you can have it without the donut and put something else in here if you so wish. But if you still want the donut visible, you can now make that visible layer, so you can now see that. And if you come to the move tool, you can change the color if you so wish. Let's go with sliders, so let's make it orangey color, and you can change the stroke, which will be the outline, which is currently set on black, but it's also set on none, so I can change the width of that and make the black thicker or just very slightly thin. Let's go with about there. Come back to the hand tool. So there you have it. You have the text following the line of the circle, be it on the top and the bottom. Like I said, there's probably a better and more technical way of doing this, but this is how I would do it, my little workaround by using two versions of the item that you want the text to go on, and keeping a third version so you can see what it is that we started with. Hopefully that answers the questions that anybody wants. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.